last segment of this blog series is a continuation of our How to Guarantee Compliance. In our previous blog, we discussed how dental practices without an amalgam separator could choose the right system to ensure their compliance. This blog is focused on those dental practices who already have an amalgam separator but may not be compliant. There are dental practices who are in areas of the United States who already require amalgam separators or have decided to be proactive and install an amalgam separator early. These dental professionals may think they are compliant when the 2020 deadline hits. The truth is, there have been studies and surveys completed by major cities in North America who found that 70% of amalgam separators are non-compliant. A 2002 study completed by the Royal College of Dental Surgeons of Ontario, or the RCDSO, had concluded that the ISO-tested amalgam separators cannot meet city standards once the amalgam separator are used in a clinical application. The efficiency of these systems dropped below the percentage advertised by ISO, as the ISO testing does not take into account actual use of a dental practice. Since the RCDSO study, there have been one other documented independent study completed on amalgam separators. This study, by Purvis Environmental, had found, under the proposed EPA guidelines for separators, the problem of mercury entering the environment will not be solved. The separator in office number 7, which is referring to the M.A.R.S. Liberty Boss, is the only unit that is capable of removing both solid and dissolved mercury from the environment. Their design provides the highest removal rate under normal operating parameters and treat both the total and dissolved mercury. If you currently have an amalgam separator and you believe you are compliant, please read the rest of this blog or follow the rest of this video to be certain your practice is protected. The following are suggestions to improve the chance of your current amalgam separator to be found compliant by your local control group. Number 1. Know the manufacturer's maintenance requirements. All amalgam separators have different maintenance needs. The trick is to learn which amalgam separator has the least required maintenance. If you have an amalgam separator that's been sold to you by a service company, you most likely have a filter-based amalgam separator. These are the most common systems in America, as service companies stand to make the most profit on the regular servicing of these systems. If you have a filter-based amalgam separator, you would most likely be required to inspect these systems once a week because they are known to clog. Unfortunately, you cannot rely on your service provider to complete this maintenance for you. Most service technicians lack the training on amalgam separators, and for them to maintain your filter-based amalgam separator correctly, they would have to be in your office on a weekly basis, which can get rather expensive. For tips on the maintenance of the most common amalgam separators in North America, please watch the M.A.R.S preventative maintenance videos on our blog section of our website. Note, if you find that your current amalgam separator has been neglected and your system's on overflow, it is often more economical to replace the entire system at this point. Refer to our previous blog, How to Guarantee Compliance Part 1, to learn what to look for when researching for a new amalgam separator. Number 2. Keep up with maintenance and inspection logs. As mentioned, there are amalgam separators that require regular maintenance and weekly inspections. According to the EPA, you must keep record of the required maintenance and inspection of your amalgam separator. These logs will be necessary to remain on record for 3 years. Number 3, contact your local control group. Do not be afraid to contact your local control group to inquire about their standards and expectations. Despite what many might think, they're not out there to get dental practices. Most local control groups are happy to give you any resource you need to become compliant. The reason local control groups have to require amalgam separators in dental practices is because amalgam separators are currently the best technology to remove total mercury, solid and soluble, out of our waterways. Because most local control groups cannot meet their required mercury discharge limits, they do have to ensure all members discharging into their waterways are compliant. As long as dental practices continue to work with their local control groups, they'll remain friendly and assist you in becoming compliant. With that being said, there has been some dental practices who have been confrontational with their local control group. This resulted in an uneasy relationship. This course of action is not recommended as an environmental protection specialist from the EPA Water Permits Division once told a M.A.R.S representative. Water treatment is a privilege, not a right, and privileges can be removed if abused. Though it is highly unlikely that a dental practice will be shut down for non-compliance, it is more typical that your local control group will take deterrent measures to encourage compliance. Similar to what was done for the plating industry, many control groups are establishing fines for not meeting their discharge standards. Thank you for following the M.A.R.S blog series right to the end. The goal of the 7-segment blog on the EPA amalgam separator regulation was meant to offer dental professionals the information they need to guarantee their compliance. Please keep reading M.A.R.S blogs as we continuously update our information as the EPA regulation and local control group requirements change. If you have not read the previous blogs in the EPA Amalgam Separator Regulation blog series, please find the links attached to this video. If you have any other questions, please do not hesitate to call M.A.R.S Biomed at 1-866-594-3648 or contact us at info@marsbiomed.com. Thank you very much and have a great day.